This is Barnstable Today for Monday, March 23rd. Welcome aboard. I'm Mark Mumford, and we want to remind you right at the top that the meetings we cover are available on demand at the town's website, town.barnstable.ma.us.
The Town Council approves the state formula grant for the Senior Center. That's our lead story. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kevin Friel.
Town Councilor Tom Rugo read the agenda item, followed by an explanation from Senior Services Director Madeline Taylor.
$2,009,080. Councilor Rugo, would you read that matter, please?
$2,009,080, acceptance of a $77,695 grant from the Executive Office of Elder Affairs for the Barnstable Senior Center.
We are pleased to have with us tonight Madeline Taylor. Would you like to be heard?
Good evening. Thank you. I'm here just to let you know about the annual formula grant that we receive from the Executive Office of Elder Affairs from the Commonwealth. And it's an annual grant that we receive. It's based on the census of seniors that each town in the Commonwealth has. And we're fortunate in Barnstable to have a very large proportion of seniors. So our grant is actually quite significant compared to some other communities. This year's grant amount is $77,695. That is basically the same as our last year's allocation. We had been excited for FY09. We had heard that we were going to receive an increase. There is an organization called the Massachusetts Councils on Aging. They represent all of the councils on aging across the Commonwealth, and they had lobbied very hard to get the state to increase the funding. The formula they use is $6.50 per senior. And this year they had increased it to $7, which would have resulted in an extra $6,000 for us. Unfortunately, when the governor did make his cuts recently, it went back down to $6.50. So it's the same funding we received last year. It's very significant to us because it does fund a number of positions at the senior centre. It fully funds our activity coordinator, which is obviously a very important position. It schedules all our activities and events at the centre. Also funds our volunteer and marketing coordinator. That's a part-time position. It's 20 hours a week. And both of our outreach coordinators are partially funded. 3.5 hours of each of their salaries are funded through this grant. So about $66,000 of it goes towards salaries, and the additional $10,000 is used just to help us supplement our operating expenses, including postage, repairs and maintenance to our vehicles. So there you have it. That's the formula grant.
The Council was also asked to approve the appropriation of $378,000 for a new water storage tank in support of the Hyannis water supply system.
The money comes from a national class action lawsuit in regard to the gas additive MBTE.
This is the Director of the town's Department of Public Works, Mark Ells.
Mark Ells, Director of Public Works. The rationale before you tonight is the Hyannis Water Board and the Department of Public Works have prioritized the design, permitting, and construction of a new 1.25 million gallon water storage tank as one of the priorities of the capital plan recommendations of the Hyannis Water System Master Plan, completed in April of 2007. The findings of this master planning study concur with the earlier findings of the SEA Consultants' March 2004 Capital Equipment and Infrastructure Review. This request is for the funding to proceed with the preliminary design and definitive design of the water tower. The remainder of the design permitting fundings, that's incorrect. We have actually asked for all of the funding here, so I apologize for the sentence. It's incorrect. We are asking for all of the funding. And I'll explain that in a minute. This project is needed to assure the adequate drinking water storage capacity within the water supply system and to meet equalization and fire storage needs. The new tank should be located closer to the area of high water demand and would supplement the two existing tanks. The two existing tanks are in apparent good structural condition. However, each has a usable lifespan of about 100 years. The Mary Dunn 1 tank is approaching the 100-year mark. Construction of a new tank is recommended that will better serve the future drinking water storage needs of Hyannis. Insufficient fire storage capacity, lack of equalization, limited emergency storage capacity, and the Mary Dunn 1 storage tank as it reaches the end of its useful life. The correction that I referred to above, initially we were only looking to move forward because we had prepared this before we had received the mitigation funds, which makes more funding available to us. We were only asking for the preliminary monies, which was about $37,800 to begin the siting evaluation. We've begun that. We have a subcommittee of our water board. We have a member of our water board here tonight if you have any questions for him. But we've begun that process, and we decided that because of the opportunity to try and obtain the SRF funds with the principal subsidy and the availability of these funds to be able to move forward the effort of design, we've modified our request and gone up to the full amount that we believe we would need to do preliminary design, definitive design, permitting, and preparation of bids so that we can move quickly to construction of this tower. Now, we're not trying to minimize the siting aspect of this, certainly. We've gone through a preliminary siting for the tank. We've come up with 5 sites that we believe to be potentially feasible. We thought it would be beneficial to go through this exercise prior to just handing it to a consultant who may not be as familiar with the community as certainly our water board is and staff. We expect that we will be actively participating with our public and stakeholders to assure wherever this is sited that it's acceptable to our community, and therefore we're requesting the $378,000 referenced in the appropriation.
That council item was passed in a unanimous vote. Meanwhile, a big day yesterday at the Kennedy skating rink.
After 50 years, the aging facility hosted its final public skating session. Barnstable Today cameras were able to catch up with David Curley, director of the town's recreation department.
David, just a huge day here. A lot of mixed emotions, obviously, but give us a sense of the day.
That's exactly correct. What a wonderful day. We opened up in '57. To go that long, many fond memories for myself. Skated here as a farm leaguer, a youth hockey participant. Nice memories. It's a sad day, but on the other hand, very exciting for the community with the new Heinz Youth and Community Center coming on board September 1. But it's certainly the Kennedy Rink served us very well for many, many years, and I was glad I was part of it.
So, as you say, end of an era, but a brand new era. As we came in the parking lot today, I hadn't seen the new building for about a month. A lot of progress. Looks like it's going up very quickly.
There's certainly much progress with the new youth center coming on board September 1. Certainly not only ice will be in the facility, but we'll have a double gymnasium. We'll have a youth center component. There'll be a number of multi-purpose rooms. It's going to be a wonderful facility for our youth and for our community. Yes.
And what do you think about the turnout here? The youngsters were just dying to get on the ice today. Probably a lot of the little ones don't realize how significant the day is, but they're still excited to get on the ice.
No, that's really nice, and that's what it's all about. It's all about the smiles. It's all about the youth taking part. Again, remembering back, I remember back in the early 60s when we didn't have a roof on the Kennedy Rink. And when we were playing hockey and it snowed, we were out there with shovels, the dads, the coaches, and but we made it happen. And as I said, it is sad, but many, many fond memories, and certainly we'll all miss the Kennedy Rink.
As you say that we all, well, I don't, but a lot of you have those memories forever.
Yes, we do, and those are gone, but I look forward in the challenges ahead with the Heinz Youth and Community Center.
A lot of great memories were being shared yesterday at the Kennedy Rink.
Meanwhile, the town calendar is showing no meetings on the schedule this evening. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Kevin Friel.
We'll meet you right back here tomorrow. I'm Mark Mumford.